Discord. So this is another talking video. I'll get right to it. I only have 8 minutes. The games I'm looking at right now are I'm still looking at Marathon, but I'm also looking at the new Right MMO, which doesn't seem to have a name. I've been watching a video channel do videos on it called Nerdcrit or Nerdcrit. Nerc. My spelling's bad. Yeah, Nerdcrit. So he's got some interesting stuff about it. And let's see what else. I just wanted to touch on the whole, like, I've been looking at some videos about the Concord stuff going on, and I've been thinking about, like, people have been flaming the artists, which I understand, but it's I think someone hired them, right? Like, they have an HR team, these companies have an HR team that make these games. They're like, hey, I want to make this game, it's going to be about this, it's going to be a hero shooter, and we want to shoehorn some political ideology in there. We want to make it inclusive, which means, you know, make the women look ugly or mannish, and make the men look the wrong side of a soy latte. And so these people get hired, and it's like they're not hired based on their previous work. They're not hired based on how good they can model, how good they can convey an idea or a concept through art. When you look at an artistic piece, if it's a sculpture or a painting, it's like, hey, this is what this person's going for. You know, this is, you know, George Washington is on a boat in a heroic pose. That's what they're going for. You know, that's what the artist was going for. Whereas Concord is sort of like, you've got a guy with pants that, like someone said in the video, look like mushrooms, right? And it does look like mushrooms. But, like, I'll reiterate this for one last time. Someone hired these people. So the people to be mad at are not the artists, are not the people who made the story, if there was ever any story. It's the HR team. It's Sony. Sony thought it was a good idea to hire these people, and they made a shitty game. It's like, well, apparently the studio hasn't made any games. It's their first game. Why would you think it would be a good idea to make a hero shooter then? Right? There's no established IP to build off of. And just,
Zone A captured.
it looks bland. It's just,
Is yours. Zone C lost.
what's the word? None of the costumes fit, right? They all look like supporting NPCs.
Opponent pulled ahead.
It's like something you would see in an MMO. This, you know,
Zone advantage is
soldier number 300. It's like anything you would see in an Asian MMO or some American MMOs where it's like just a side quest. They don't really think you'll do it. None of the work was really put into the quest giver. It's just some dude or some lady with a helmet.
Zone A lost.
We're not going to model a face. You know, and it's just, there are some, you know, there's some interesting, what I thought was interesting characters. You know, the one of the person with the shoulder-mounted rocket. That could have been interesting, but, you know, like someone said, it looks like a supporting character, and it does. There are some characters that could have been fine in individual games, but not in a hero shooter, right? And the problem is that you have these people that are taught that you can't make women attractive, you can't make men strong. You know, people liked the Dark Knight series because, well, it's a buff guy in leather, you know, who stalks around taking care of criminals. That's what people liked about the Dark Knight series. And a bunch of other series, you know, it's like Street Fighter. People like Street Fighter because you got the buff men and the sexual-looking women. People put up with Overwatch 2 shit because the characters were still there, you know, and the game got to a point where people didn't like it anymore. But people put up with the monetization. They put up with the loot boxes because of the characters. right? There's only so much you can do in a hero shooter that you can do to customize. Whereas games like Destiny, games like
5 minutes.
anything else that has you play a character, Monster Hunter Wilds, right? You customize a character that's you putting yourself in a game to some extent. You can customize the different armor sets. Monster Hunter Wilds and Destiny and whoever else can sell you customizations, cosmetic options based off of that. Whereas you have a hero shooter, you have just the body. So they have to remodel the same character and basically put a full another asset in the game. So you have asset bloat as well. You have to put polygons and topology into a game that some people aren't ever going to use. And so you have bloating. It takes up each time they add a new character, each time they add a new skin, it adds bloat to the game file. And maybe if it's a new character, right? You can justify make a new character. But it's not a new character people can just grind for, people can unlock. Also, I'm going to say this to keep going because it's 8 minutes. Devs attacking people on Twitter, on social media, it's not a good look, right? You have egg on your face. You hired these people because of DEI or because they had a full diversity quota, not because they were top shit, right? That's just long and short of it. Be a big boy, be a big girl. Say that's what you were doing, right? Don't pretend like there's gonna be a second installment. Don't pretend like you can get away with calling people who vote for Trump Nazis. It's not about who you vote for. It's not about where you stick your dick. It's about a good game. The characters looked like ass, and there was nothing attractive to look at, right? And despite what they have on Unreal Engine 5, you had Unreal Engine 5. Are you kidding me? Unreal Engine? They could have made some really, really good-looking characters, right? Like, look at First Ascendant. I think that's an Unreal. It looks like it. Or maybe they made their own engine. That's all to say that, you have a perfect storm. You have devs that are out of touch. You have them wanting to push a certain agenda. And then you have people not taking accountability. And not just the Concord devs. The people who hired them. Somebody hired these bozos. And I think just as much blame needs to be laid at their feet as people who make Concord. And if you have people making a game like Marathon, and it's not even out yet, when someone's making a game, that's your chance to give honest feedback. Tell them why you think it looks like a Concord game, why it looks like a clone. Don't say, oh, another Concord game. Anyway, this is the end of the video. Thanks for watching, and have a good day.